Spring is finally here and I'm refreshing my home with 3 quick and easy spring DIYs. First up, I'm adding a touch of spring to my coffee bar because why not start the season where I start my mornings? Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name's Melissa. If you're ready to get your house decorated for spring as well, then why don't you join along with me? Let's go ahead and get started. If you've been around my channel for any time, you know that when I start decorating for any season, I always like to start with my coffee bar. I am starting with a fresh slate. I've got everything cleaned off, everything's wiped down real good, and I'm starting from scratch. Now, this is the corner where I'm keeping my coffee maker, and I do like to keep it on this tray. And I also like to keep these twinkle lights, not really twinkle lights, but they're Christmas lights. But I do like to keep this on my tray just to kind of add a little bit of ambiance, especially at night. But I do want to keep the cords covered up, so I am putting this cutting board in the corner and I'm draping the lights over it, but I am going to cover the lights up with some greenery. This is some greenery that I got, I think maybe from Walmart, but it's a really long stem, and so I have basically folded it kind of almost into thirds, and I am putting the stem behind the cutting board, and then I'm going to have it draping over the green part, the limbs and the leaves draping over the lights, and kind of having the lights intertwined in the leaves. I do like to have some kind of plant or some kind of green in each corner. Now I used this silver tray, and this was kind of a candle holder, I think, but I used this during my winter coffee bar setup, and I thrifted this a while back, and I put it on top of those lights, and I like the glow of the lights underneath this. And in this candle holder, I put this clear canister, and as you can see, I am in need of a refill of some of my coffee pods, but this is where I keep my coffee, and so that is going to sit inside the candle holder. And then to add a little touch of spring on this side, I have this little green bunny that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I just tied a little piece of lace around the neck, and she is just going to sit right in front of the canister. Down here in South Louisiana, we go from cold to hot straight away, so I'm definitely going to get my iced coffee ready to be made. So I'm going to have my bottles of flavored syrup, and I'm going to set this near to where I have my iced coffee mix that I have. So I have these 2 bottles, and I'm going to set them on top of this little wood slice, and in front of that I have my little frother that I use to mix up the iced coffee mix. So I have that real handy. This is going to be a very simple project. It's something that's going to take no time at all. It's a little, I'm not even really sure what this was going to be used for, but it's a Pampered Chef item that I thrifted from St. Vincent de Paul, and I got it for like $1. And when I saw it, I knew immediately that I didn't have to use it with this showing. I could turn it around and I could put a transfer on it. And I had just gotten this transfer set. This is a redesign with Prima transfer set, and this is their MIDI transfers. So these are a little bit bigger than the ones that I normally use. and they are the 8.5 by 11, but there are 3 sheets that come with them. And so these are for a little bit bigger projects, but I do like the blue. And you know I love the blue and white. So I'm just gonna use this little, which I say little, it's a little bigger than little, but I'm gonna use this one right here to transfer onto this piece right here. And this is gonna be used in my coffee bar. But like I said before, when you're transferring something onto something that's a curved surface, you wanna make sure that you cut, you know, lots of little pieces within your transfer, just to make sure that you you know, can bend your transfer. And I'm probably gonna cut up along the side, and I'm not exactly sure, just so that I can eliminate as many wrinkles as possible. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this cut out and start transferring. Now I did cut it down the middle, I cut the words off, so I'm gonna use this part first. And if you've never used a transfer before, it's very simple. You just take the backing off and you lay it onto your project, and you just use the stick that comes with the transfer kit, and you just rub it until it is transferred onto your project. And I did decide to not use the words with this one. I just wanted the flowers on there. So this is gonna go on this side, and this is what is gonna be used to hold my spoons. And this is a pack of utensils, cutlery that I got from Walmart. And this is what it is. It's the gold and white 24 piece for $5.98. Now, I basically just got this because I wanted these spoons. I just thought these spoons were so pretty, and I thought they would be perfect for stirring my coffee. So these spoons are gonna go in this little cup, and I just think this looks so pretty. Now I need something for my Nescafe iced coffee mix. So I have this container that I got from Walmart either last Easter or the Easter before, but it has this purple lid, and I don't want to use the purple. So I'm gonna paint it, and I'm gonna use the Dixie Belle drop cloth color to paint the purple part and have a more neutral color. So I'm just gonna give this 2 coats of the paint. Once the 2 coats are dry, now I'm going to give it a little new effect that I've never done before. I'm gonna use this metallic paint, and I'm gonna use this little paintbrush, and I'm gonna do the splatter effect. And I'm just gonna take the little brush, and I'm gonna use my fingers and just kind of do the bristles. And I don't really know how you can see me doing it. I'm just kind of making a huge mess, actually. I do clean it all up because it gets everywhere, but I'm just kind of pulling those bristles and making it splatter all over the bunny. And I think it really looks good, actually. It turned out really good. I think it's really cute, but it did make a huge mess. I've seen other people do this, and I'm sure there's a much easier way to do this, but next time I do it, I definitely will make sure I cover my area much better. But once I finish doing this, I let it dry completely. And I do know that I am going to be handling this a lot. So I do want to make sure that I cover it or that I seal it in real good. So I want to make sure that I seal it with a good top coat. So I'm going to take it outside and spray it with this matte finish and let that dry completely. And this is what it looks like. I just think this turned out really, really cute. And I go ahead and put the rest of the iced coffee mix that I have, which I need to get more of, and I add that to this little tray. And then the last thing I'm gonna add is this spoon rest that I thrifted, and I think I maybe paid 50 cents for this. And I'm just gonna add it to the tray, and then this side of my coffee bar will be finished. Now I do like to add something to the windowsill, and I have this faux book stack that I got from Hobby Lobby a few years ago, and I love the colors of it and I love the saying on it, so I'm going to put that there. Then I have this precious cup and saucer set, and this is a Laura Ashley pattern, and then I have two other blue and white cup and saucers, and I'm going to use those and stack those inside of the Laura Ashley cup and just have a little blue and white cup stack. And then of course on the side of that, I do want to have some greenery, so I'm going to add this little plant that I pulled from somewhere else in my house, and I just love this lamb's ear. Okay, for the last project, the last DIY, I'm going to use this little plate. I'm pretty sure I thrifted this, but you can find these at Dollar Tree. But I'm going to make this over for the other side of my coffee bar. I'm going to give it a good 2 coats of this Dixie Belle drop cloth paint. And I do make sure that after I've gone over it, I do make sure I go back and dab it so that I don't have any brush strokes. Now I have this page from one of the Dollar Tree calendars, and I'm using a paintbrush and some water to go around the wreath of the picture to tear away rather than cut. And at first I was going to try to go around the whole picture of where the kind of leaves are going on the outside of that wreath, but that was going to be way too tedious to try and tear around those leaves. So I decided that I was just going to use the water and just tear around the wreath. So for the rest of the time, I went ahead and just used the brush, went around the wreath and just tore around the wreath, and then around that tag, because I did want to keep that tag on there, but I did this for around the whole picture. Once I have all of this torn out, I'm going to go over the back with a coat of Mod Podge and then lay it in the center of the plate and try to smooth it out as much as possible. Once that is dry, I'm going to go back over it with another coat of the Mod Podge and let that dry completely. Then I did notice there were a few little bubbles in there, so I'm going to use some parchment paper and then go over it with my little mini heat iron and just iron out those bubbles and those wrinkles, and then it was completely smooth. Now I'm going to take my clear wax and I'm going to go around the outer edge of the plate. I'm not going to worry about the center because I already have the Mod Podge around that, but I'm just going to go around the outer edge with the clear wax. I'm not wiping back the excess right now. Then I'm going to use my antique wax and a dauber, and I'm going to go around the outer edge with that dauber. And then I'm going to use that brush that had the clear wax on it, and I'm going to start sort of blending in that antique wax and then using a cloth to dab away the excess. Then I feel like I want the center to be highlighted or just be a little bit lighter. So now I'm using the dauber with some white wax, and I'm just putting it on the center part of that outer rim of the plate. And then I'm going to use a cloth to kind of dab away excess and just kind of blend it all in. And I think it turns out really good. I've kind of learned with waxes, you just kind of want to play around with it until you kind of get the desired effect of what you're looking for. You know, if you want it more grungy, use more antique wax. If you want it more highlighted, use more white wax. And then that clear wax acts as your neutralizer. Just play around with it. And now I'm going to work on the other side of my coffee bar. I have this lamp that I really like to keep in my coffee bar, but I'm going to move it over toward the window. And I do like to elevate it a little bit. And I'm going to use this little book. I like the colors of it. It's got the blue, it's got the gold. So I set the lamp on it. But now I do want to hide those cords. So to hide the cords, I'm actually going to use this sort of rattan. This is actually a charger that I normally use on my dining table, but since I'm not going to be using that right now, I'm going to use it for this. So I'm going to set that there. And then I'm going to use the project that I just completed to set in front of the charger. I think this looks so pretty in front of this charger. And now I'm going to use this, what is this, cheese dome, but I'm going to use it for some Easter decor. So I'm going to use this nest and I'm going to put it inside of I'm going to take off the cloche and put the nest inside and then replace the cloche. And this is just going to be a little bit more Easter decor to add to this area. Now, of course, I do like to add greenery, and I have this little plant, but I don't want to use the galvanized metal bucket, and I do have this little rattan basket, so I just set it inside of that. I'm going to place that here, but I don't want it just sitting on the counter, so I'm going to set it on this beautiful blue willow plate that I just thrifted for $1.50. I was so excited about that, but I just think this plant looks so pretty on that plate. And then I'm gonna add this little bird that I got from Hobby Lobby just recently, and I got it from their 40% off sale. It was not very much. I don't remember how much it was, but it was not very much at all. So that completes this side. And before I give you a closer look at the final reveal, I want to share a scripture with you, and it comes from James chapter 1, verse 5. And it says, "If you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and he will give it to you. He will not rebuke you for asking." I hope this blesses you today. I also want to say thank you so much for your support in my channel and watching and coming every time I upload a video and just commenting and liking. It really does mean so much to me. I hope that you liked today's video. Let me know what project you liked the most. These were all such easy projects, and they really took no time at all. Very, very simple. But to me, they really added just what I needed for my coffee bar decor. I really like the way everything turned out. I love decorating with blue and white, and so for me to decorate with the blue and white and just add those little touches of Easter, I just really love doing. It's something so simple, but yet it just adds just so much. So you'll have to let me know what you think in the comments. Also, if you're new to my channel and you love this sort of content, you love thrifting, you love thrift makeovers, you love thrift hauls, then I would love it if you would be a part of my YouTube family. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and click that bell button so that you're notified when I upload a new video. I have a lot of spring decor videos coming up, a lot more thrift makeovers coming up, so I don't want you to miss any of them. And go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up because it does help me out with YouTube. And if you want to see more videos like this, or if you want to see some thrift makeovers, then go ahead and check out the boxes you see on the screen right now, and I'll see you next time. Bye.